And I'll walk back to what I'm in space today. We're back with more YoaMae. I have more tea. Also, I'm 100% expecting things to go south right now because I'm assuming that currently Karen is meeting with people on the moon to announce the fact that Feena is going to be engaged to Tatsuya. Oh, and I can already imagine that people would not be happy about that over there. The sound of my footsteps echoes off the high ceiling. The atmosphere is clear. It's too clear. 24 hours. 365 days. The air circulation system continues to operate without a break. The air is arid because of how it's supplied. This air supports the lives of all of the Lunarians. But I feel that it's not enough. The scent of earth and the scent of life. There isn't any of that here. That which the earth is full of doesn't exist here. Can't be helped. Nothing can be done about it. I'll be honest, the first thing I thought when I saw this room was, damn, didn't know we were back in Palaretta again. A room is filled with a solemn atmosphere. A room filled with a solemn atmosphere spreads out before me. The throne is fixed in the middle, deep inside this room. The figure of Cephilia seated on the throne floats through my mind for an instant.
カレン・クラビウス、ただいま帰還いたしました。
ご苦労であったな。
The gentle voice of His Majesty Leonis, the current head of the throne, rings out.
恐れ多いことでございます。
どうかね、地球。世も長く訪れていないが。
First time I visited Earth was when I accompanied Cephilia on a formal visit. That makes it 13 years ago.
以前お運びになった時と変わらぬように思います。やはり美しゅうございました。
そうよな。地球は美しい。セフィリアもよくそう言っていたよ。
Having said that, His Majesty smiles kindly.
さて、本題に入ろう。報告書は読んだ。
Why does he just have like two swords at his side? With both like distinctly Japanese wrappings. The robe he was wearing is actually also like weirdly Japanese inspired. Yet Feena's like garb as the princess looks rather Western still. What kind of clusterfuck of culture is on the moon?
カレン、そなたは本気なのか？
もちろんです。
His Majesty nods deeply.
しかし、名も知れぬ平民とはな。
身分の面では確かに問題があります。ですが、人間的には非常に好ましい青年かと。
ほう。
フィーナ様に似て、一本気で誠実、そして諦めることなく前に進みます。
フィーナと気が合うとなれば、そういうことになろうよ。
御意。
しかし、
His Majesty pauses.
貴族たちが首を縦に振ると思うか？
振らせてご覧に入れます。
Say that with determination.
随分な入れ込みようだな。分かっているかとは思うが、失敗すれば全てを失うかもしれんぞ。
There's quite a number of nobles who view me as hostile. It would still be considered good if I were to only lose my social status after this is over. I know that. Under some circumstances, I have a friend who says to believe in her family. I do not want her feelings to go to waste. If Saka is laying everything on the line for the sake of her family, then I shall walk the same path for her sake.
失敗した時のことは存じております。陛下にご迷惑をおかけすることはございません。
一番の迷惑はお前が王宮からいなくなることだ。
His Majesty smiles.
過分なお言葉。
無茶なことはするな。
かしこまりました。
Don't be reckless, huh? The marriage proposal between Feena and Tatsuya is reckless in itself. It would be difficult to do it properly now. However, burning passion swells out from the bottom of my chest each time I think of that. The times when I ran around to keep up with Sophilia's recklessness. Seems that passion has come back.
時にフィーナの様子はどうだ？
引き続き朝霧邸で生活されております。
達也殿も一緒の家に？
はい、仲睦まじく。
そうか。特に病気にかかったというようなことはないか？
今のところございません。
実務訓練はどうだ？しっかり取り組んでおる。
定期的に小さな仕事から触れていただいております。簡単なお仕事でしたらすでに習得されていると見てよいかと。
なるほど。好きに帰ってきたら手伝ってもらうことにする。そうそう。
Answers His Majesty's questions about Feena one by one. Answer each one with as much detail as I can. This person is the king as well as a father. Looks like I can't help but worry about her after all. There are parts that are difficult for me to understand since I'm still single. His Majesty's questioning comes to an end. Well then, it's almost time to bring up that topic. I sort out my mind once more before speaking out. Flashing back to 2 hours earlier, a message came in from the embassy. I'd requested them to call me on a regular interval during my absence. Seems that it was peaceful at the embassy as a whole today. However, there is one bit of information that bothers me. There was a report from the Enforcement Division. Feena and Tatsuya had went in the direction of a historic ruin in the evening. There are only deep grass thickets and mounds of rubbles in the ruins. There isn't anything to be found there worthy of special mention at the current moment. It's an inappropriate place to be having a date in. Besides, the word ruin digs up unpleasant memories. Sophilia's loss of power, the direct cause for that at the time was the investigation of the ruins on Earth. Sophilia most likely noticed the dangers of it as well. She pulled me from the investigation team. I'd asked a dumbfounded staff member about it at the time, but now to think about it, she had worries of what would happen if I were to get involved. Feena is interested in the ruins of Mitsurugasaki. I should see what her purpose is. It'll be too late if trouble occurs. Till then, the problem with Tatsuya right now will be at a shaky stage.
陛下、一つ気にかかっていることがございます。
フィーナのことでか？聞こう。
つい先ほど大使館より連絡があったのですが、満ヶ崎の時間で昨日フィーナ様と達也さんが満ヶ崎の遺跡に赴かれたそうです。
Oh, he does not look pleased about that. His Majesty's expression freezes for an instant.
遺跡だと？
はい、間違いございません。
何かの偶然ではないのか？
詳細はわかりません。ですが、問題が発生してからでは。
わかっておる。わかっておる。
The peace that will be obtained because of your refusal, after all, is one that is dark and short-lived. That day, that is what Sophilia told us when she was suspected of treason. Those were her last words on the sunlit stage. Her voice echoes inside my head even now. Do I believe that Sophilia's loss of power was justified? However, the fact that her innocence couldn't be proven. However, the fact is that her innocence couldn't be proven. If Feena is to be suspected of the same thing Sophilia was, what can I do?
カレン、何をすべきかは分かっておろう。
フィーナ様をお止めいたします。
そうしてくれ。最優先で頼む。娘に妻と同じことで苦しんでほしくない。
His Majesty says that with a sorrowful look.
心得ました。
That day, one who persuaded Sophilia to step down from the political stage was none other than His Majesty. Sophilia gracefully backed down, which the nobles accepted. Their objective was to bring Sophilia, who strongly desired the interaction between the moon and the earth, down from power. He'd take his daughter off the political stage personally after his wife. Whether it's now or when His Majesty approaches an old age, it's a burden that he puts up with.
ただいまより地球に向かいます。
すまぬな。休む間もなく。
構いません。こう見えて頑丈にできております。
しかしなぜ今になってフィーナが
His Majesty's face is filled with anguish.
兵器関連の書類は全て処分したはずではなかったのか。
はい、処分いたしました。
ではどうして地球の遺跡に関心を持っているのだ。
それは私にも分かりかねます。ですがフィーナ様は聡明なお方、誰に聞くともなくご自身でお知りになったのかもしれません。
His Majesty lowers his gaze.
「今原因を追求しても仕方がなさそうだな。もしフィーナが目標に到達するようなことがあれば破壊せよ。
かしこまりました。ではこれにて失礼いたします。
頼んだぞ。
はい。
Slowly head for the door I came through. However, where does Feena know of the ruins? I cannot imagine that someone had informed her.
誰かある。大使館に連絡を取りたい。専用回線で頼む。
Oh, he is suspecting something. I wish the background would change right now because right now it's pain. It's early in the morning and dawn will break soon. Suddenly awakened to the sounds of rain. This has to happen just when we were about to tour the ruins. I hope it'll let up fast. Talking is hard.
では行きましょうか。
Yeah, let's go.
お気をつけて。
The rain lets up as the afternoon approaches. Feena and I head for a different ruin than yesterday, like I had promised her. My right hand is a basket filled with the bento Feena had made personally, and in my left hand is her soft hand. I felt perfectly happy.
たっちゃん、見せつけてくれるね。
ああ、なんだか私も若い頃に戻りたくなったよ。
Jeers come flying at us from the shops. We set out for the ruins with a ticklish mood. We've been going upstream on the riverside path for about an hour. Once the residential area fades out of view and the fields increase, we see it. There's an untouched hill isolated in the middle of the open fields. There lay a mountain of rubble that was somewhat sunk into the ground. Take Feena's hand to descend the steep hill. The weeds that reach up to our ankles glisten with the rain from earlier this morning.
母様はここに来たのかしら。
Feena says that in a whisper. Her expression stiffens. I wonder. According to the nobles who brought Sephilia down from power, she was trying to find something that would bring harm to the moon. There might be some dangers buried here if what they claim is right. A low hill in the middle of a field. Our bodies are stiff with nervousness in the middle of such peaceful scenery.
達也、これを見て。
Feena opens her bag and shows me it. There was a faint blue light coming from inside. The light is weak. Oh, that's what they meant with... that's what he probably meant with destroy it. He means the gem. If she gets too close to the thing, she is to destroy the gem, because the gem is probably an integral part of getting to the discovery that caused Sephilia to be removed from the political scene. Removed from the political scene sounds like a fucking code word for assassination. I wouldn't have noticed that if it was lighting up. I wouldn't have noticed that it was lighting up if it wasn't inside the bag. The pale light stirs up a feeling of unease for some reason. Maybe poking our heads into something dangerous. A premonition sweeps over my mind.
遺跡に近づいてみましょう。
Sure. He set off for the top of the hill without saying much. The light from the gem grows stronger with each step. We arrive at the peak. The gem is casting off a bright light.
遺跡に近づくほど強く光るのかしら。
Let's try doing a little investigation. Borrow Feena's bag and leave in the opposite direction of the ruins that we climbed up. Since we climbed up the south side to begin with, I went down the north side of the hill. The light steadily grows weaker. Climb up the peak once more. This time I go down the east side of the hill. Repeat this for the west side. The light weakens when I leave the ruins in all directions.
どう？
Seems that this light reacts to the ruins. The light weakens in any direction where I left from the ruins.
少し遺跡を調べてみましょう。
Sure. We examined the outskirts of the rubble for 30 minutes. However, we still didn't find anything valuable.
何もないわね。
Yeah, there was only rubble there. I don't understand the significance of why Cephilia did an investigation here, regardless of whether or not it would bring harm to the moon.
地表に何もないのなら、あとは丘の中かしら。
Even though you say that, the only thing we'd be able to do is dig down a few centimeters at best.
母様。
Feena stares inside the bag. The gem simply radiates without a word. Heavy atmosphere surrounds us. Let's eat our food, Feena. Say that in desperation.
そうね。気分転換しましょうか。
Feena nods after thinking about it for a bit. Take out a recreational sheet from the basket and lay it on the ground. You can feel the direct sensation of the grass once I take off my shoes and place it on the sheet.
なんだか草に申し訳ないわね。
But it's like a cushion. I hop up and down as a joke.
石を踏んでも知らないから。
That would hurt.
さあ、食事にしましょう。
Wind rushing up the hill brings forth a scent of dirt and grass. There are rows of vegetables planted at the base of the field. Residential district spreads out ahead, and I can see the beautiful arc of the Mitsurugasaki Bay. Clouds are flowing slowly along like cotton candy when I look up at the sky. There's nothing to object about this picnic weather.
今日はおにぎりにしてみたわ。
Having said that, Feena opens the lunch basket. There were rolled up rice balls lined up beautifully inside. Rice with seaweed, shiso, and salmon. There are various kinds. This looks delicious. Can I eat some?
慌てないの。これで手を拭いて。
She hands me a moistened hand towel. Ah, you're right. Spread the towel open and wipe my hands. Yep, been constantly walking under the sun. The cool sensation feels irresistibly pleasant. Right, itadakimasu.
はい、どうぞ。
You reach for the rice ball with seaweed first. Sense the scent of the sea and just the right amount of saltiness spreads throughout my mouth. It's good. Let's see what this one is like. Gulp it down in 2 bites and then try the shiso rice. It smelled distinctly of Peria. I feel like I can eat as much as I want. The last one is the salmon with rice.
そんなに慌てなくても、おにぎりは逃げないわよ。
Feena smiles wryly in amusement. You should eat too, Feena. Isn't it boring to just watch?
そうでもないわ。
Is that how it is?
そんなものよ。
Feena smiles.
と言っても、お腹は空いているのだけれど。
Feena puts a rice ball onto a paper plate with her chopsticks. She's modest as
いただ
usual.
きます。
Go ahead. No, it's not like I made them.
もう、仕方がないことを言って。
Feena eats a rice ball while suppressing a giggle. But Jess is filled with a warm, fuzzy feeling just by watching her like this. I hope these moments will last forever. Can't help but feel that way. Suddenly fucking cotton falls from the sky. Get away from the ruins! I'm stuffed.
お粗末様でした。
That was really good. I'm doing better at cooking.
そうかしら。
I've definitely improved. Having said that, I flop on the ground. The clouds flow slowly through the sky. Fuck. So my head is lifted up. Whoa. And I'm placed on Feena's soft thighs. Sweet fragrance envelops me.
枕ならここにあるわ。
It is quite a high quality pillow. I smack her thighs.
ほら、いたずらをしないで。
I can smell something sweet.
そういうことも言わないで。
She lightly hits my forehead. Satisfaction of having a full stomach, the refreshing wind, Davina's warmth and scent. I feel sleepy in no time flat. Can I take a little nap?
どうぞ。アルバイトに間に合う時間には起こしてあげるわ。
Thanks. Felt comfortably sleepy. Somewhat similar to a euphoric sensation, like my body is melting in sweet syrup. Can't do it anymore. Can't separate from Feena.
こんな幸せもあるのね。
I hear a voice above my head. What kind of happiness? I ask her with my eyes still closed.
好きな人のために食事を作って、好きな人がそれを美味しいと言ってくれて、こうして膝の上で眠ってくれている。
I'm happy as well.
さあ、おやすみなさい。
Yeah. Feena's lullaby-filled voice makes my consciousness sink deep, far away. How long did I sleep? My consciousness rises. My vision suddenly darkens. What is this? Quickly open my eyes. Feena raised her head with a flustered expression.
驚かさないで。
Were you trying to kiss me?
私がキスをしようとしてはおかしいですか？
Feena says that, suddenly turning away. It's not really strange or anything.
もういいわ。
What? I felt a little hurt.
気づかれずにしたかったのよ。
That sounds kind of complicated.
女心は複雑なものよ。
Feena smiles. It appears that I didn't get on her bad side. I raise myself up with a peace of mind. What time is it now?
3時ね。少し早いけれど帰りましょうか。
Yeah. Put things away after a little stretch. We descend down the opposite path we came from. The intense sunlight pours down almost right above us.
結局、遺跡には何があるのかしら。
You can't tell with just our investigation today. We'll just have to dig up the hill if we want to get examined it further.
手作業では無理ね。
We don't have a shovel either. Can't see anything that I can be certain of with my eyes alone. However, the gem is lit up. The fact that the gem lights up when we approach the ruins is a mysterious phenomenon in and of itself. There's no way that it would light up for no reason.
学術的な方面から調べてみてはどうかしら。
Academic.
例えば遺跡の分布とか何かわかるかもしれないわ。
Yeah. You can look at it from an historical point of view after that. Feena nods.
どこで調べることができるかしら。
The quickest and easiest way would be the school library. The technical data would only be at the museum, though.
なら次は学院の図書館に行ってみましょう。
Sure. You'll be able to study the basic parts of the school library. But you aren't a student anymore, are you?
あ、そうだったわね。
Phoenix's expression clouds over. Sadness of graduating still remains, I'm sure. Shouldn't have brought that up. Oh yeah, do you still have your uniform?
ええ、あるけれど。
I won't find out if you wear your uniform.
それは規則に反しているわ。
Feena says that with disappointment. There's only so much we can do by borrowing books. There will be parts I won't understand with just my knowledge.
それはそうだけれど。
I think it's necessary.
うん、
Feena closed her mouth. Please. I'm begging for some reason. Well, I need to do this much for her to break the rules.
考えておくわ。
But some light bounces back, reflecting a white light from the river's surface. Hear the chirping birds fluttering around looking for food as we head down the stream. We arrive at the shopping district where Salmon's is located shortly after.
達也、あれを見て。
Feena urges me discreetly. Below her gaze lies the residential area below the embankment. Speaking at a house with a brightly colored roof and walls are between the trees. That's... Black car is stopped in the middle of the residential district. The door makes a light opening sound and a woman comes out from the passenger seat. Can't believe my own eyes. Long and narrow eyes, and glossy black hair that goes down to her legs. It was Karen. Why is she on Earth? She'd have headed to the moon to arrange our marriage. Didn't she go to the moon?
すぐに戻ってきたのかもしれないわ。どちらにせよ、本人に確認しないとわからないわね。
There's another car, the same type, parked behind Karen's car. Men in black suits exit from all the doors and line up in front of Karen. There's a total of 7 of them. I wonder what they're up to.
警備にしては少々物々しいわね。
Karen seems to be telling the men something as she moves briskly. Needless to say, the men in the black suits have strong builds. Not one of them is shorter than Karen in height. Those men are listening attentively to Karen. Karen finishes her instructions. She nods once. The driver of the car remains while the other men scatter in different directions. The sturdy men that are dressed in black from top to bottom are out of place in the quiet residential area. They're like sewage that is leaking out into a clear stream. Getting a bad feeling about this. Look up there. What the heck are they up to? I can't imagine at all what they could be needed for.
達也、行きましょう。
Feena says this with determination. Sure. When we're going to start walking, Karen looks our way. Our distance is roughly 30 meters. Moreover, we were in between the trees. Despite that, she stares at us without hesitation.
このようなところでお会いするとは。
Karen's voice reaches out to us, ignoring the heavy humidity of the summer atmosphere.
それはこちらのセリフでしょ。一体どういうことかしら。
What? You're the narrator, shouldn't it be what on the moon? I hate myself. Conan comes near the embankment without responding.
緊急の要件が発生しまして、急ぎ立ち寄りました。
何があったの？
この場ではお話ししかねます。よろしければ今夜にでもお時間をいただきたいのですが。
私は構わないけれど。
Feena immediately replies.
達也さんは？
Me? I let out an idiotic sound when she suddenly cues me in.
はい、できれば。
I'm about to go to work though.
終わってからでも結構ですよ。私は何時になっても構いません。
Conan's eyes are as peaceful as ever.
夕食を食べてからでどうかしら。
Yeah. It'll be about 10 p.m. Conan nods lightly.
わかりました。では、その頃、お宅にお伺いします。
Conan bows deeply.
何か、ずいぶん忙しいようだけれど。
Feena looks at the residential area as she says
少
that.
々立て込んでおりまして。詳しいことは後ほど。
そう。
Is this also the search for Wreath at the same time? Actually, hold on. Conan knew about Wreath in Estel's route, yet there was never any issue with her being there in that one. Intriguing. Nice.
ありがとうございます。それでは。
Conan bows down once again and then steps down from the embankment.
さあ、行きましょうか。
Sure. As I thought, Feena changes when she's in front of her retainers. She takes her original good posture, making her words clearer. And she becomes even more logical and resolute, as one would expect of her. You return to the shopping district. Sidewalks are crowded with shoppers making purchases before dinner.
良い運動になったわね。
Did you get a sense of security due to coming close to our house? Feena says that with a relaxed expression. Don't your feet hurt?
大丈夫よ。
You managed to walk close to 10 kilometers. However, Feena shows no signs of being worn out. Feena stares at me. What's wrong?
やはり、疲れたことにしておくわ。
Feena links her arm with mine with a smile. My arm is covered by the soft sensation of her breasts. Was it a tough journey for you, O princess? I ask her in a theatrical manner.
だから腕を貸してちょうだい。
Having said that, she holds my arm even closer. Keep at it, we're almost there. There are a lot of people in the shopping district today. People coming at us, people passing by us, people traversing through the stream, people who suddenly come to a halt. Bump into someone if I let my mind wander. Will you be okay, Feena?
大丈夫よ。気にしないで。
It's possible not to worry. Grab onto Feena's shoulder even tighter. That! Something crashes into my shoulder. Looks like I bumped into something. Hi, Wreath, I assume. Didn't notice at all. And no wonder what I ran into. What is a little kid? Little kid I ran into doesn't move for some reason. She remains standing, burying her head into my stomach. She appears to be a girl. And you are?
どうしたの？
Feena pokes her head out suddenly from behind. Well, look. I point at my stomach.
まあ、女の子かしら。
Looks that way. Is she alright? I reach out for the girl's shoulders. At that instant, her body slowly slants over.
危ない。
Feena and I support the girl who almost falls over. Oh no! The impact! It was an impact! I'm not making that joke. You know what a bad joke I was about to make, and you fucking better thank me for holding back. But yeah, is this impact also gonna cause like the split between Wreath and Fiacca? And Fiacca's gonna explain, hey, stop that shit. He managed to prevent her from collapsing on the ground. There's no telling how many people will trample her if she collapses there. Hey, pull yourself together! Gently shake. She shows me a pained expression. It's too much for simply bumping into
道路
someone.
の端に移動しましょう。ここではどうしようもないわ。
Sure. Bring the girl to a nearby road while bumping into several people. The girl leaks out a pained voice. She has white porcelain skin and blonde hair. The hat that she has on is decorated with what appears to be animal ears. She's also wearing a cute outfit with a bunch of frills attached. This girl's like a doll. I feel like I've seen her somewhere before. Hey. No response.
どこか涼しい場所で休ませないといけないわね。
Let's bring her to the house. I'll carry her on my back. Squat in front of the girl and turn my back towards her.
乗せるわよ。
Little girl on my back. You can tell that she's burning up through her clothes. Clothes are thick too. She might be having a heat stroke. Let's go. Put strength into my legs and easily get up. She's considerably light. Feena takes the lead and opens a path for me. We'll reach the house in less than 5 minutes at this rate. Thinking about the girl as we slowly walk on. Should have met her somewhere, if I remember. Ah, an image suddenly comes back.
何かしら？
Feena casts a puzzled look at me. I remember this girl. If I remember correct, if I remember right, she came to Salmon's. I saw her at the chapel too.
名前は知っているの？
I tilt my head in contemplation, but nothing comes up. She should have told me, but I can't remember.
そう。
Feena nods and then starts to open a path ahead of us again. Because we didn't tell her that we will remember the name for certain this time. Click.
お帰りなさいませ。その方は？
Don't worry, Mia. It's just a kidnapping. Mia asks us in surprise.
説明は後よ。 ミアは氷水とタオルを何枚か。達也は女の子を私の部屋に運んで。
Right. Throw off my shoes and get into the house. Enter the room and lay the girl down on the bed.
布団を畳んで足の下に入れて。
Yes, ma'am. I move as instructed. Meanwhile, Feena flips on the AC switch.
お待たせしました。
Mia brings in cold water and towels.
服を脱がせるから、あとは私とミアに任せて。
Got it. Enter the living room and sit down on the sofa. There are a ton of things I can help with, but taking her clothes off is not one of them. Well, I can only wait here obediently. Take some barley tea from the refrigerator and take a breather. Bring some to those two in a little bit. I hold the tray with barley tea with one hand and knock on the door. Can I come in?
構わないわ。
How is she?
落ち着いたようね。
Thank God. Here's some barley tea. Place the 2 cups of barley tea on the table in front of the sofa.
ありがとう。ありがとうございます。
Hear the gentle breathing of the girl as she sleeps on the bed. The buttons are probably undone because they use the towel to wipe her body off. The wind from the electric fan placed nearby makes her blonde hair flutter a bit.
今は意識も戻って寝ているわ。
Part of Feena's face looks depressed as she says that. Huh?
私はこれで。
Mia quickly tidies up around her and heads out. What happened?
そうね。
Feena was beside the bed, sits down on a chair.
体にいくつか打撲のあざがあるの。
Bruises? Ones from falling down, you think?
何かで殴られてできたものだと思うわ。
My mind can't connect the words of hit and little girl very well. It's because of my anger that doesn't have any place to go swells up inside me. Who would do such a thing?
わからないわ。詳しいことは目が覚めてから聞きましょう。
Alright, Feena, I know this will sound crazy, but we are adopting this girl. What? We're not even officially married yet. We are adopting this girl, Feena. She has tickled my protect senses, and I will protect. She is my daughter now. That's all we can do. Feena reaches for the barley tea on the table.
ところで、お仕事の時間じゃないかしら。
I look up at the clock. I have to be at Salmon's in 10 minutes.
この子のことは私に任せて。
I'm hesitant, but Feena's telling me to go as well. Alright. I'm going then.
麦茶をありがとう。
I respond to Feena with a light wave of my hand. Then I leave her room behind.
今日はちょっと暗いんじゃない？何かあったの？
A few minutes after I started working, she easily notices my acting strange. Is the cat out of the bag?
まあね。伊達に付き合い長いわけじゃないし。
We stand on the corner of the floor, chatting while watching the customers' seats. It's our standard procedure during work.
話せることなら聞くけど。
It's not that I can't talk about it, but how much can I tell her? Well, I can't simply jump into a heavy topic. A little girl collapsed in the shopping district today. I think it was that girl who came to Salmon's before. But it looked like she had heat stroke.
大変。それでどうしたの？
I was with Feena, so we brought her to my house. She seems to have settled down and is now sleeping.
なら一安心ね。
Shop district today was horrible, though.
もう地獄ね。私も買い出し行ったけど、途中で倒れるかと思ったもの。
Was there a big bargain sale or something?
納涼抽選会だってさ。
What part of that is cool?
すいません。はい、ただいま。
Natsuki heads for the table in a patter.
これ2番さん。
Okay. We gather in the corner of the floor again a minute later.
思ったんだけど、夕食家で食べた方がいいんじゃない？その子を見てる人だけ居残りっていうのは寂しいと思うけど。
Isn't bringing the plates a hassle?
そんなの 2,3 人いれば平気だって。
Can I ask you to then?
了解。お父さんには私から言っておくわね。
Having said that, Natsuki enters the kitchen. Natsuki is considerate after all. She offers advice for many people in class. Of course, we've known each other for a
すい
while.
ません。レジいいですか？
Okay.
じゃあこれで全部ね。
Natsuki hands me the last big plate of food. Thank you for taking us into consideration.
何言ってんのよ。
Natsuki smiles with a faint blush.
なつきちゃん、ありがとう。
後でお皿を返しに行きますから。いいっていいって。
Natsuki's face gradually turns red due to our words of gratitude.
玄関先に置いといて。そのうち取りに来るから。
Sorry for taking up your time.
ありがとう、なつき。
みんな揃って恥ずかしいって。じゃあまた明日。なつきちゃん、またね。
Unable to put up with the waves of thanks, Natsuki leaves through the front door. Mai's voice probably didn't reach her.
冷めないうちに食べよう。
手分けして持っていきましょう。
Each one of us takes a dish and brings it to the dining room. We set up Salmon's food on the table of our own house. While the location is different, the familiar-looking food still seemed somewhat fresh. What's that girl doing?
まだ寝ているわ。特に苦しんでいる様子もないわね。
Sounds good then. Nessun and Mai had already heard of the matters regarding the girl when they returned home. Seems Feena had told them about it.
皆さん、こちらを。
Mia distributes a small plate to everybody.
いただきましょうか。
Eat the duck. The moment I speak out, I hear the sound of a door shutting from
あら
somewhere.
起きたみたいね。
あ、かわいい。
The girl is walking towards us when I look in the direction of Fina's room. How are you feeling?
可愛らしい女の子ね。よく眠れたかしら。
体調は大丈夫ですか？こんばんは。
The girl shows us a puzzled look when everyone calls out to her.
ここどこ？
A flat, expressionless voice comes out from her mouth. It was surprising since it wasn't a voice appropriate for that of a child. Nessun gets out of her seat and leads in front of the girl.
ここは朝霧のお家。
朝霧。
私はさやか。あなたは？
リース。
Oh yeah, I remember the girl's name that I heard before. However, the atmosphere of the dining table freezes for an instant since her name was most likely written in katakana. When a person has their name written in katakana in this town, the first thing that comes to mind is the word Lunarian.
リースちゃん？
そう。
かわいい名前ね。
Wreath's expression doesn't change as a response to what Nessun had said. Seems to be quite a straight-faced person. I'm Asagiri Tatsuya. Might have introduced myself once, but I introduced myself for the time being.
私は朝霧舞。
私はフィーナ。フィーナファム・アーシュライト。
私はミア・クレメンティスです。
Wreath looks at each person's face and nods.
何があったの？
You fell over in the shopping district because it was hot today. At least don't speak of her bruises yet.
だからここで休んでいてもらったのよ。
そう。
お腹は空いている？
別に。
じゃあ一緒にご飯を食べましょう。
Conversation isn't matching up.
我が家では満腹な人以外は食卓に着く決まりよ。
This is the first time I've heard of that.
帰る。
Nessun catches Wreath without a moment's delay as she tries to retrace her steps. She lifts her up easily and places her in a chair.
はい、お皿です。もう、
You do not escape from the Asagiri household that easily. Preparations are made as quick as lightning. Wreath seems to be left speechless.
今日は倒れてしまったのだから、まずは体力をつけなくてはいけないわ。
Though Feena knows about her bruises too, she doesn't say anything about them.
美味しそうでしょ？うん。
says that with a sullen
で
expression.
は改めていただきます。
いただきますいただきます
いただきます。
Honest God, it would be really hilarious if at one point, like in a visual novel or something, they find a character with like these severe beating, obvious beating bruises. And then at some point they finally manage to build up the courage, like, what happened? You can tell us. Those bruises look quite terrible. And their first reaction is, hey, don't kink shame me. Like everyone thought, like, oh, this poor person was clearly like an abuse victim or something, but nah, he's just a masochist. Everyone says it in chorus. Wreath, who was the only one who was late, stares at her surroundings absent-mindedly. Is there anything you want to eat?
なんでもいい
I'll get it for you then. Buy small portions of salad, pasta, and pizza on Wreath's plate. There you go. Wreath uses her fork in an awkward manner and brings the pasta to her mouth. Eat as well while casting a side glance at her. As you approach the final stages of dinner, Nea-san begins to
リー
talk.
スちゃんは家どこなの？
Wreath doesn't
今日
respond.
はお泊まりしちゃって大丈夫？平気。
She responds to that question.
今日は泊まってゆっくり休むといいよ
今後のことは元気になってからね。
うん
Wreath sets down her
ご
fork.
ちそうさま
はい、よくできました。
Nea-san smiles broadly. Wreath leaves the dining room with a look of embarrassment on her face. We hear the sound of a door closing soon after. Seems she returned to Fina's room.
変わった子だね
人と接するのが苦手なだけで、根はいい子だと思うわ。
You think so?
リースさんもう寝てしまうのでしょうか
Looks that way.
フィーナさんはどこで寝るのリースさんを起こしてきま
いいのよ。
Feena smiles wryly.
ソファーにでも寝るわ。夏だから大丈夫でしょ。
困ります姫様がソファーに寝ていらっしゃるのに私がベッドで寝るわけには
Mia speaks in a fluster.
そうね。
Feena closes her eyes.
では、達也の部屋で寝るわ。
The two of them let out a strange sound. Let's go with that then. Naturally, I don't dislike sleeping in the same room as Feena.
いけません。
Feena says that, Nea-san says that distinctly.
うちは年頃の子が多いのですから。
You're only sleeping in the same room though?
ダメです。フィーナ様は私のベッドに寝てください。
さやかさんはどうするのですか
私は予備の布団で寝ます。わかりましたか？
Nea-san smiles
わ
forcefully.
かりました。今日はそのようにします。
Feena is obviously disappointed. I feel a little disappointed though. That can't be helped. The doorbell suddenly rings. Mia heads to the front door immediately.
誰かしらこんな時間に。あ、
Kind of think of it. Karin was supposed to come over.
どうしたの
Well, I think it's Karin.
カレンが？こんばんは。
カレン様どうされたのですか
話は聞いていないの？
はい
お二人には伝えておいたのだけれど。そうなの？
Yeah! It was already the arranged time when I looked at the clock.
リースの件で押してしまったようね。ミヤちゃん、お通しして。
Nea-san calls out to her at the front door.
お食事中でしたか。申し訳ございません。いいのよ。もう約束の時間なのだから。こちらこそ失礼したわ。
カレン様リビングにどうぞ
すぐ食べ終わるから、ちょっとくつろいでいて。ありがとう。遠慮なく。
Karin passes behind me and heads to the living room. Suddenly sense that she's holding something in her hand. was long and black and long, almost like a katana. Hey, Feena,
何かしら
I don't think Karin is holding.
刀だけれど
Feena says it like it was extremely natural to have one.
刀ってカレンは武漢だから対等は許可されているわ
But she doesn't hold on to it normally, does she?
そうね
Feena's expression stiffens a little. According to what she told us during the day, she was going to tell us the reason why she came home from the moon on such a short notice. What the heck could it be? Alright, I'm going to immediately cut to the chase. Literally cut. Get away from the fucking ruins. Hold on. Feena and I sit down on the sofa in the living room a few moments later. Nathan and Maya return to their rooms on Karin's request of clearing the others out. Mia is the last one to leave the living room after offering us tea, leaving the three of us behind. Feena reaches out for the tea first, and I follow along. Karin holds onto her teacup in the end. A stiff air of tension fills the room.
今夜の要件だけれど
Feena breaks the ice. Karin exchanges looks between us.
フィーナ様はここ数日遺跡を調査されていらっしゃるかと思います
The atmosphere that envelops Feena is cold and jagged. That's weird. We had gone to the ruins after Karin had gone to the moon. How does she know of our movements?
単刀直入に申し上げさせていただきます遺跡の調査をおやめください
なぜやめなくてはならないのかしら理由を聞かねば検討もできないわ
Feena says that without changing the tone of her
遺
voice.
跡の調査はフィーナ様の身を危うくします
母様と同じ道をたどると言いたいの
Karin lowers her gaze slightly.
やはりご存知でしたか一体誰が
カレンあなたどうかしているわ母様が失脚した理由を実の娘に隠し続けられるわけがないでしょ
おっしゃる通りですなればこそおやめください
断るわ
Feena's words gradually grow firmer.
あなたは失脚が正当なものだと思っているのかしら
Karin remains silent and doesn't respond. Karin reaches for her teacup.
私とてセフィリア様が兵器を探していたとは思っておりません
Weapons.
どういうこと
Karin brings the tea to her mouth.
セフィリア様にかけられた嫌疑は国家反逆罪かつての戦争で月に壊滅的な被害を与えた兵器を探していたというものです
There's no way such a thing exists. There's no way such things exist in Mitsurugasaki. But can't say that for sure. The war happened as a fact. Now, the damage were so severe that civilization had to take a step back is also a fact.
それこそお話にならないわ母様が兵器など探すわけがありません
Yes, she wasn't looking for them, but investigating the ruins possibly caused her to find them.
それも月に対して使用されたものなど
それは私も重々承知しておりますですがセフィリア様が罪を問われ政治力を失われたのも事実遺跡調査を続ければ同じ疑いをかけられる可能性があります
Is that what Karin is saying? It could have easily been a case of Sephilia was searching these ruins for like some way to help the moon prosper more, aka non-weaponry things. But she ended up finding weapons, which the nobles, of course, jumped onto like a pack of ravenous fucking beasts. Because, hey, turns out that those nobles that hated the earth with a fucking passion, that had like an issue with Sephilia's general policy of coexistence between the earth and the moon, of course would love to have this reason to immediately remove her from the scene. Because it's just straight up a positive for them if she is no longer around the political scene. Since they don't want the moon and the earth to enter friendly relationships anymore. Again. Understand what Karin is saying, whether or not Ophelia was looking for weapons. She actually did lose her social position. And it's just how persuasive the words of investigation of the ruins and weapons are. If there's someone who's trying to drive Feena away, we're playing right into his hand under these circumstances.
私は母様の無実を証明したいの。母様が調査をしていた以上、必ず月にとってプラスになるはずだわ。
Feena stares at Karin with zealous eyes. Karin doesn't budge an inch.
これは国王陛下よりのご命令です。父様の縁談は保留し、フィーナ様をお止めせよとのご指示をいただきました。フィーナ様をお止めして後、婚姻の手配をすることになります。
So in other words,
遺跡調査をやめない限り、結婚は認めないということね。卑怯なことを。
Feena stares at Karin.
卑怯ではございません。国王陛下がフィーナ様のことを第一に考えられた結果です。
They compared and contrasted the options of our marriage at the investigations of the ruins. That's how far His Majesty the King would go to stop Feena, it seems. However, I do understand how he feels. It's natural as a person don't want both their wife and daughter to lose their standings because of the same reason.
何卒ご理解のほどを。
Ah, I'm sorry, my nose is annoying. Karin bows deeply.
無駄です、彼。私は母様の無実を証明すると決めています。フィーナ様。
Karin's voice stiffens up for once.
セフィリア様が罪を問われた時、国王陛下は断罪される前に政治の舞台から身を引くことを説かれました。セフィリア様を思うがゆえの辛いご決断だったと拝察します。それをもう一度陛下に強いるのはあまりに酷というものです。父様が母様を思っていたというなら、なぜ父様は母様と共に貴族と戦おうとしなかったのです。父様に見捨てられた母様が不憫です。陛下は見捨てたのではありません。貴族たちに断罪される前に、セフィリア様の輝かしい経歴に傷をつけられる前にお救いしたのです。母様がそれを望んだというのですか？謹慎させられてからの母様は抜け殻のようでした。あれが望んだ姿だったというのですか？
Karin grinds her teeth. I'm sure she knows how Ophelia was like after being put on house arrest.
国王陛下がそれをご存知なかったと思われますか？それでも月をまとめるためには必要なことだったのです。同じ決断を達也さんにさせたいのですか？それは。
Feena looks at me with a look of anxiety. I couldn't speak up. Feena believes in Ophelia, His Majesty, who doesn't want Feena to repeat the same tragedy that Ophelia went through. I understand both of their emotions. I can't say that one of them is in the wrong. They're two separate problems. If what Ophelia was searching for were weapons, for example, that'd make it okay for Feena to find them. Weapons that were actually used in the war. Weapons that were used with the technology back then. Back when people could freely move between two heavenly bodies. Definitely be powerful. Bands of power would go amiss in the near future if one side had such a thing. They used to say the one holding the weapon would be at an advantage. In that case, should the weapons of Earth be destroyed for the sake of the moon? Should the existence of weapons be made public for the sake of the Earth? A number of questions run through my head, but I can't come up with an answer to any of them. I don't want to say anything. I don't want them to ask me anything. feel that I'll let down both sides if I speak up now.
達也はどう思うの？
However, Feena presses me for an answer. Feena stares at me. Her expression is one that has no doubt that I'm her ally. Please give me some time.
達也、
She looks at me in disbelief.
どうして？
I'm afraid about Feena being suspected of crime. About her losing power like Ophelia did. About her finding weapons, about putting that to use. All those problems would be cleared away if she would give up on her investigations. It's a very tempting proposition, one that I can't refuse. Feena stands up with a face that holds in her sorrow.
私は一人になっても調査を続けるわ。
She leaves the living room.
フィーナ様。
Karen's voice doesn't reach her. Feena heads upstairs like that. Heavy silence flows by. Light sigh escapes from Karen.
追わなくてよいのですか？
Karen asks me while reaching for a teacup. Right now, I don't think I can say anything to her, even if I see her.
そう。でも、可能な限り早く答えを出してください。私には、フィーナ様を説得することはできないでしょうから。
Does she have expectations of me or not? Karen says that with indifference. What if I told her that I'm cooperating with Feena? Karen looks at me in silence. Then she looks at the katana placed nearby.
お二人とも眠っている間に、月へお帰りいただくことになります。
Her expression tells me that she wasn't joking. Please give me some time.
フィーナ様を説得するお時間なら差し上げますが、それ以外に余裕はありません。貴族たちがいつフィーナ様の動きに感づくか知れたものではありませんし、それに教団も動いているようですから。
The church. Those were words that I haven't heard of before.
フィーナ様からは何も聞いていませんか？
No.
そうですか。
Karen brings the teacup to her mouth.
教団というのは静寂の月光という宗教団体のことです。彼らが司る宗教は月では国教に指定されています。
You're part of that religion, Karen?
はい。私はもとよりフィーナ様も。というより月に住む者の大多数が信仰しています。
But how is the church related to the ruins? Karen speaks after a brief
彼ら
pause.
には宗教的な役割ともう一つ重要な役割がありま
What is
す。
it?
ロストテクノロジーの管理です。
Lost technology, meaning the technology of the past.
戦争前の技術が今よりはるかに進んでいたことはご存知でしょう？月ではその時代の遺産が地中から見つかることがあるのです。地球でも見つかることがありませんか？
I call the reason news. There wasn't any. It wasn't that big of a deal in the news.
不意に発見されるロストテクノロジーは大変危険なものです。使い方も機能も分かっていないものですから。とはいえロストテクノロジーは月に必要なもの。そもそも月は生物が住める土地ではありません。水も空気も重力もすべて過去の技術に頼っているのです。掘り出された機械の処理と生命維持機能の管理、これらが教団の役割です。
Without the church.
はい。月は成り立ちません。ですから彼らへの信頼は絶大ですし、独立した意志を持っています。今回問題となっているのはこの独立した意志の部分です。
Which means,
ここからは内密にお願いしたいのですが、
as the preface that Karen proposes, not obediently.
月から密航者があった形跡があります。
Stowaway. I think that's related to the topic.
月からの渡航者はすべて大使館が管理しています。ですがどうやら管理を受けずに地球へ降りた者がいるようなのです。
How?
過去の技術には飛行したり姿を消したりできる装置があります。それも個人で携帯できるレベルの大きさのもので、
Wow.
そういった装置を使って船に乗り込んだようですね。
There's no way to find him then.
はい、お恥ずかしい話ですが、最近月人居住区内でロストテクノロジー関連の盗難が相次いでいました。この件で網を張っていたのですが、今日目標一人の追跡に成功したのです。
Is that what that thing from this afternoon was about? I caught the figures of the black suits dispersing in the residential area. Caught a nods.
相手が姿を消していたので元から分は悪かったのですが、警備の者3人が倒された上逃走を許しました。私も 2,3 号は切り結んだのですが、まだまだ未熟でした。
Cotton bites down on her lips with regret, though she can't see her opponent. Sheer losing to them with a sword frustrates her. Were you
あ
injured?
りませんが。
Cotton stares at me with a puzzled look. That's good then. You can fight against him another time if you're okay.
はい。
Come on, man! Come on! Get your shit together. You are already engaged to someone.
お気遣いいただきありがとうございます。
Cotton looks down and combs her dangly hair behind her ears.
話は戻りますが、今のところ密航者の目的は断定できません。ですがロストテクノロジーに関するものであることは確実です。仮に遺跡の調査が過去の兵器に関わるものとすれば、
Lost technology is managed by the church. The story who came to Earth is using lost technology. Now, no, it's possible that the stowaway is someone affiliated with the church. And their objective is related to the lost technology. Is it related to the weapons of Mitsurugasaki's ruins or the lost technology? The church might make some sort of a move on us.
はい、くれぐれもご注意を
Understood. I'll also tell Feena that.
お願いします。
We said that, Cotton bows. A little ticklish.
では私はこれで失礼します。
Cotton picks up her katana and stands up.
くれぐれもフィーナ様のことをお願いします。
Alright. I do reply. I actually don't know what I'm going to do. Am I cooperating with Feena? Or am I going to persuade her to stop her investigation of the ruins? Can't predict what I'm going to do yet.
最悪説得できない場合でもフィーナ様のそばにいてください。
Conan adds that in a low voice and then leaves the house. The air that enters slightly is filled with humidity. I return to the living room while sensing the presence of rain. The only thing I can hear is the ticking at the second hand. There are 2 empty teacups on the table. One that mostly hasn't been touched. It was Feena's teacup. I unconsciously pick it up and drink it. Tongue is prickled with bitterness. Let out a loud sigh and sink my body into the sofa. The last expression Feena left with, expression I've seen many times. It was the look on her face when she endures something by herself, with her emotions trembling furiously from within. Looks like I've left her all alone. That realization sinks into me bit by bit. Feena was confident that I would go together with her. Let's fight together. These are the words we've always went by. And that's how we've come this far. But right now, our paths are going in different directions. Feena's trying to restore the honor of her mother, the one she loves and respects. Passion is firm, one that won't fade away so easily. Looking at this from Feena's political opponent's point of view, there's the window of opportunity to bring her down. It's being pressured by the king to balance the investigations of the ruins and marriage on a scale. It's normal for me to think that I have to do my best to persuade Feena. However, I'm not. There's a normal way to think about this, according to the thought process between Feena and I. I feel that the correct path is to keep walking together with her. However, there's another problem. If you continue the investigation, if I happen to find a weapon, what will I do? According to what Feena told us, it's something that was used in a war that happened long ago. According to the shape, regardless of the shape, it's certain that a lot of Lunarians will die if the weapon is used. It's inevitable that there will be a struggle for it if the existence of such a thing is known to the world. There's no way Earth would hand over a weapon to the moon. The moon wouldn't hand it over to the Earth either. If the moon takes it, then Feena, me, and Karen will suffer. If the Earth takes it, then everyone from my family and the Takamizawa family will suffer. No matter which one, people important to me will suffer. Who should I protect? Slowly raise my body from the sofa. Let's assume the two planets go to war once I head over to the moon. Will I be able to use all my might to bring down Earth, the place that my family resides in? Will I be able to protect the moon in order to protect Earth? Will he end up as an Earthling or Lunarian? I get up and take the teacups. Put the 3 teacups in the sink and let the water run. Grown up on Earth this entire time. The memories in my mind are ones of Earth. But Feena has become my partner right now. She expects me to become a Lunarian. I'll attempt to protect Feena and ally with the Earth. If another war occurs, I have to find a way to destroy the Earth. It's probably what will be expected from me. Turn off the lights. Faint moonlight shines from the room. For what purpose should I live for? The darkness that I question doesn't answer me back. I have to think about this. What should I protect? And for what purpose should I live for? I head upstairs and put my hands on the doorknob to my own room.
達也くん
A voice calls out to me calls out to stop me from the darkness. Yes, son. So you're awake.
ええ
She has a sad gaze. It appears she knows something happened between me and Feena. Where's Feena?
ベッドに入っているわ
Let's see. Look down with a guilty conscience. Yes-san comes closer to me.
私にできることがあれば力になるからね
Thank you. Yes-san reaches his arms out and pats my head.
よしよし
The warmth of her body makes my body go. The warmth of her hand makes my body go limp.
話せるようになったら私にも事情を教えてね
Okay. Reply back childishly without
そ
thinking.
れじゃあおやすみなさい
Yes-san separates her hand from my head. Yes-san.
はい
It's just a what-if question, but... What will you do if the moon and the earth go to war? Nezan's work is tied to the moon and earth. She's close to me in terms of her position. Let's ask Nezan what she thinks of this.
そうね大切なものを守るわ誰を裏切ることになっても
Nezan's expression remains gentle. What's important to you?
なんでしょうね乙女の秘密よリアクションがないと寂しいわよ
Nezan gently pinches my nose. Sorry.
私も仕事柄地球と月のどちらを優先すべきか迷うことがあるわ
Nezan speaks to me like she could see through my worries.
でもそういう時は考えるのどちらの道を通ったら理想とする2つの星の関係に近づけるのかって物事を動かすのは人を動かすのは理想よこれから達也くんがなろうとしている立場は人に理想を示すのが仕事達也くんの理想は何かしら
Yes, son, let's go on my nose. My ideal.
地球と月にどうなってほしいのかゆっくり考えて
Alright. Yes, and nods to my response and then returns to her room. Karen told me something. Had told me something earlier.
君主にとって最も大切なのは困難な問題に直面した際に最後まで諦めない胆力そして私たち進化に希望に満ちた未来を指し示してくださる力なのです
Without being restricted to the opinions of because I'm an Earthling or because I'm a Lunarian. And always aim to bring the ideal relationship of the two planets into view. I think that's what Nelson was trying to say. I'll be placed in a position where I'll be able to influence the politics of the moon while being an Earthling. I'll aim for a better relationship with each other in a balanced fashion. In order to do that, you don't only have to show the Lunarians my ideals, but the Earthlings as well. People from the two planets will mobilize once both parties come to an agreement for the first time. Although Nelson didn't tell me a specific answer, she told me how to think about it. I have to take the time to think about it myself later. I draw in a deep breath, and then open the door to my own room.
準備はいいか
Dad! Won't lose to you today.
なに飛ばしてみればわかることさ
Right, let's go.
せーの
Ready, go. Swing my arm with all my strength. Two paper airplanes flutter in the azure sky. The one that flew straight ahead is my old man's airplane. Compared to his, the one I sent flying soon loses its speed and plunges into the grass on the ground. Pav, why does mine fly? Yeah, it's pretty much the same too.
勉強が足りないな
You studied that.
俺かもちろんさ
Teach me how to make the ones that fly too.
どうしようかな
Teach me.
よーし帰ったら俺のオリジナル機の作り方を教えてやる
Really?
でも教えるのは作り方だけだぞ自分の手で作らないと覚えないからな
Okay. Won't lose to you next time.
お父さんも負けないぞ
The paper airplane will definitely win.
よーし頑張れよ楽しみにしてる
Stop my alarm clock in a slightly rough manner. My room is dim, even though it's morning. I can hear the sound of rain from outside. Small raindrops soak the window like a mist. It's quite out of season. The reason I saw a dream with my old man is definitely because of the rain. There we go, I've cooled down a little bit. There we go. It's already been 5 years since my old man went missing. Even though I've been seeing dreams of him recently, I reflect on the contents of the dreams absent-mindedly. What remains in my head is the old man's back, paper airplane, and an atmosphere filled with happiness. Probably felt happy to have my dad spend time with me during my childhood days. Something unthinkable for me now. The old man prioritized his research over his family and disappeared from the house. Mom passed away early because of him. Why did I accept being happy with such a father? Crawl out of bed and get dressed. Is Feena awake already? He's gotten better and is eating breakfast. The matter this time isn't the kind of problem that'll be solved with time. It's a bigger problem that questions how we'll be living. There's a big gap between us right now. Feena won't stop her investigations of the ruins. How should I get being on the same side as Feena? I won't pull her over to my side against her will. However, the biggest problem is that I don't know what to decide. The atmosphere inside the dining room is heavy. Sound at the tableware echoes in the background with the faint sound of the rain. Good morning.
おはようございます。おはよう、お兄ちゃん。おはよう、達也くん。
Yeah. Read me an order. Me and Mai, who don't understand the situation, show a hesitant smile. Morning wreath. Pat space between the ears of her
おは
hat.
よう。
Blunt response. Finally look at the girl in question. Feena sitting down in her usual seat. Morning, Feena. Feena stops tearing her bread and looks towards me.
おはよう。
She says that quietly. Her voice was weak. I didn't think that she'd reply with an energetic voice, but it was still a shock to me. Sat in her chair in a dispirited manner.
達也さん、パンとご飯、
Whoops.
どちらにしますか？
Bread.
お兄ちゃん、今日は予定あるの？
Maya brings up a topic with an awkward smile. No, I don't.
そう。フィーナ様は？ありません。
That was a quick response. The atmosphere spreads throughout the dining table.
喧嘩。
Wreath, who was silently eating bread, speaks up.
違うわ。心配しないで。
Feena smiles at Wreath. That smile was a little pitiful.
そう。
Wreath says that after staring at Feena. Did she lose interest? Wreath faces towards her bread again.
それじゃあ、私は仕事に行くわね。
Nesan gets up.
達也くん、ちょっといい？
Nesan brings me to the front door. What's up?
リースちゃんのことなんだけど、数日はリースちゃんの好きなようにさせてあげて。
Nesan says that while putting on her shoes. Roger that.
家族のことも話したがらないし、体に傷もあったみたいだから。
Nesan speaks evasively. I wonder if she suspects that Wreath ran away from home due to her family situation.
近いうちに警察に相談してみるわ。
I suppose we should.
可愛い家族が増えるのは大歓迎なんだけど、何しろ相手がいることだから。
Be logical about it.
正解。後ろ暗いことがあると正面からぶつかれないわ。
Nesan finishes putting on her shoes.
それじゃあお願いね。
Yeah, have a safe trip.
行ってきます。
Nesan turns around and puts her hand on the doorknob.
フィーナ様とは早く仲直りしてね。この調子じゃ先に舞ちゃんやミヤちゃんが参ってしまうわ。
I'm ashamed.
それじゃあね。
It's raining today. I'll carefully think up of a way to make up with Feena.
雨降ってたの忘れてたわ。
Nesan comes back in embarrassment. Sorry, I didn't notice. They got a flower patterned umbrella from the umbrella stand. Here.
ありがとう。じゃあ今度こそ行ってきます。
Have a safe trip. I wave as the door closes. Now, how about that breakfast? Feena slips away beside me as I head towards the dining room. Feena? I reflexively call her to stop.
どうしたの？
Well, I called for her to stop. I don't know what to say.
食事冷めるわよ。
Thank you. Stop mid-sentence. Feena stares at me. Her eyes flicker with sadness.
気持ちは変わらないわよ。
Feena says that like she was persuading herself and then heads to her room. Two of them have a worried look when I enter the dining room. Wreath is smearing jam onto her bread with indifference.
達也さん、お兄ちゃん、大丈夫？
I'm fine. Sit down in a chair. Their gaze follow me as I pick up my bread and bring it to my mouth. Chew the bread in a passionate manner, but I can't tell what it tastes like. Sorry for worrying you guys.
姫様と喧嘩をしているのですか？聞いてはまずいのでしたら、そうおっしゃってください。
Well, rather than arguing, it's more like our way of thinking is different. This doesn't feel like we're having an argument since we haven't gone off the deep end.
考え方が違うところがあるのは仕方ないんじゃ。
Sounds to be a situation in which she won't give up.
具体的にお聞きしてもいいですか？
It's a little bothersome. I want to avoid bringing up how she'll lose her standing and about the weapon. Something that she has to do no matter what. However, the people around her aren't in favor of it.
悪いことなの？
I can't say it for sure that it's something bad, but there's a possibility that something bad will happen to Feena.
でも、フィーナさんはやりたいって言ってるんでしょ？
Something like a non-negotiable situation. She says she'll do it by herself too.
お兄ちゃんは？
Honestly, I'm at a loss. I want Feena to undergo hardship, but I also want to let her do as she wishes. Feena puts her index finger on her chin and ponders.
お兄ちゃんの考えもわからなくはないけど、フィーナさんは周りの人が言うことを分かってないわけじゃないでしょ？
What's something anyone can understand with a little thought.
なら、それを言うのはお兄ちゃんの役目じゃないよ。お兄ちゃんはフィーナさんのフィアンセでしょ？フ フィアンセに普通のこと言われても嬉しくないと思うよ、フィーナさん。他の人よりフィーナさんを知りたいって思ったから付き合ったんでしょ？
I suppose.
なら、フィーナさんがどれだけ強くそのことをしたいのかわかるんじゃないの？
I know that, but
フィーナさんのたった一人の人になりたいなら、他の人でもわかることを言ってても仕方ないよ。フィアンセなら、フィーナさんと一緒にいて支えてあげないと。
by that logic, if she wanted to commit a murder, he would help. He should help her. My, that doesn't always work like that.
ちょっと偉そうなこと言っちゃったね。
Ta ha ha, my laughs. No, I'm glad that you told me your thoughts, my.
あくまでも私がフィーナさんだったらって話だよ。
It's fine, I'll be the one to decide what to do.
頑張ってね。はあ、私にも素敵なフィアンセが現れないか
Won't that be difficult?
な。なんでそういうこと言うかな。
My puffs her cheeks in anger.
相談に乗ってあげたんだから、もうちょっと気の利いたことを言いなさい。
My bad.
罰としてベーコンエッグは没収。
My bacon and eggs are snatched away. Into my who doesn't have the doesn't know the circumstances well. She's able to give her straight opinion because she doesn't know what's going on. Hazy feeling inside me has cleared up. The hazy feeling inside me has cleared up a little. Bacon and egg is a cheap thing to give back.
ごちそうさま。
Wreath gets up. Wonder what Wreath thinks of us. I'll try asking her. Hey Wreath,
何？
just for reference, what do you think of this Wreath?
何の話？
Was she entranced with her bread and not listening? Well, the thing with me and Feena. Wreath stares into my eyes. Her eyes give the feeling as if she's seeing through everything. An unforeseen force sends a chill down my
時
spine.
代を変える決断の多くは周囲に理解されない。でも、一人でできることには限りがある。
Her tone is indifferent. Contents that she speaks of are not something a kid could say. Both me and Mai stare at her in wonder. Feels like I'm being bewitched by a fox. However, it doesn't sound like what she said was by mistake. Thank you. Wreath casts away her gaze. By the way, how are you feeling?
普通。
What is normal? If you don't have anything planned, then feel free to stay. Wreath looks at me with a slightly surprised
どうし
expression.
て？
How come? The more people, the more fun it is. Can't do much if you want to leave, though.
調子が良くないなら遠慮しないで。うちは平気だもんね。
Mai says that to Mia.
はい、大歓迎です。料理はたくさん作った方が美味しくなりますし。気が向いたら。
Having said that, Wreath heads into the living room. Breakfast is over with and I'm resting in the living room. Wreath is quietly sitting on the sofa watching TV. A few critics were chatting with sullen expressions on the screen. Can you understand the conversation?
うん、
Wreath looks at me.
理想論ばかり。
Idealistic theories? Difficult words flies out from Wreath's mouth. So you can see difficult words. But in the end, aren't ideals what inspire people? Try using Neson's second-hand opinion.
理想で傷つくのはいつも下のもの。理想を口にした本人は責任を取らないのが相場。
Isn't it fine if they aren't mistaken?
人は間違いを犯す。
Having said that, Wreath's gaze returns to the screen. It appears that I'm not good enough to be Wreath's opponent when it comes to pretentious theories. This girl can handle difficult words and hold proper theories inside her mind. Holds proper theories. I wonder where is she? Her name is Wreath. The fact that I met her at the chapel, she was walking around the Lunarian residential quarters and has a Western-type name. I wonder if Wreath is a
飽
Lunarian.
きた。
Wreath turns off the TV and gets up. Are you going?
散歩。
It's raining, you know.
平気。
Sure to bring an umbrella. Wreath nods and leaves the living room. Wreath holds a big umbrella for men a short while later and heads out the front door. Should have went with a cute umbrella. I'm left alone in the living room, leaning on the sofa. The only sound I hear is the faint sound of the rain. Feels like I'm melting inside the sound of the rainfall when I shut my eyes. It's a little lonely. It's only 10 a.m. Feels like quite some time has passed since I've woken up. What could Feena be doing? Feena's face floats through my mind. I want to see her. I want to talk to her. Those desires boldly swell up inside me. Nothing can be done if I meet her under these circumstances. I walk together with Feena. Or am I going to persuade her to stop the investigations of the ruins? I can't come up with an answer. So I close my eyes.
フィアンセなら一緒にいて支えてあげないと。
Recall Mai's words. I understand what Mai is saying very well. I went out with Feena because I wanted to become one with her. No matter when or what the circumstances are, I want to support her. I went out with her with that kind of thinking. That's why I want her to keep doing what she wants to, if possible. Or Feena might be at risk if she continues to investigate the ruins. I'm afraid of that. I don't want her to experience hardships. I don't want her to suffer. I want to see her suffer. However, it would be difficult to persuade her. She told me her feelings won't change earlier as well. What does Feena tell me that she wants to go to me? Why doesn't Feena tell me that she wants me to go together with her? When I couldn't immediately reply to Feena that I'd go together with her when we were in front of Karen. Feena changed from that point on. She isn't pressuring me anymore. She simply reinforced her defense so that she won't be persuaded, as if she recognizes me as her enemy. And I should have promised her many times that we'd continue to fight together. Being cut down as easily is unbelievable. I feel a little resentment along with sorrow. Feena only went out with me because we got along. I quickly cut down unless our opinions match. Is that what it comes down to in the end? And those times when we communicated our selfishness to the point where we worried others.
お兄ちゃんお兄ちゃん
Mai standing in front of me when it come to. Mai, what's up?
どうしたじゃないよ。思い詰めた顔をして。はい、麦茶。
Lays barley tea on the table. Thank you. Pick up the glass. Corners of tea makes me realize just how heated I've become. Drink the barley tea in one gulp.
煮立ってたんじゃないの
Mai points at my head. Yeah, I did get kind of heated up. Besides, I was starting to have negative thoughts.
ま、そのくらいじゃないとね。でも、お兄ちゃんをここまで悩ませるなんて、ちょっと焼けちゃうな。
Hey now.
冗談だって。もう一杯飲む
Please.
はい。
Mai heads to the kitchen with a smile. Mai helped me out. If I had kept thinking like that, I might have denied the days of the past that I spent with Feena. I'll face forward and embrace the past. Well, I almost forgot about the important things that Feena had taught me. Take a deep breath and lean on the sofa. Now the thing about it, my feelings are clear. My fear of looking at Feena being hurt, my fear of being thrown away by Feena. Those are two fears inside me. Of course, even though my feelings have been sorted out, doesn't mean the problem has been settled. But I think it'll ease my thoughts from now on.
お待たせ。
Thank you. Except the second helping of barley tea from Mai.
で、結論は出たの
Mai looks at me with a face filled with expectation. Not yet.
明るい顔になったから期待しちゃったじゃない。優柔不断なんだから。
Can't help it. I reply with a wry smile. Even though she may say this and that, Mai is watching me carefully after all. Job well done, little sister.
ま、元気ならいいや。悪い方に考えたらダメだからね。
Did you see through what I was thinking?
へ、うん、じ、わ。
Okay.
フィアンセなんだから、ちゃんと結婚まで行かないと。
Yep. I reply
い
vigorously.
い返事ですね。これで安心して友達の家に行ける。
Are you going out to play?
約束しちゃってたからね。じゃあ、行ってくるね。
Sorry for worrying you. Maya waves her hands energetically in response and leaves the living room.
はあ、私の傘。お兄ちゃん、私の傘知らない？
Which one?
ピンクで花柄の傘。
That's one hand in there, son. Sorry, I gave it to there, son.
うわー、あれ、お姉ちゃんにはちょっと子供っぽいよ。今頃職場で笑われてるかも。
You think? I'd say it suits Nason.
はーっと、失言1。
It's not that. Nason has a cute atmosphere to her, doesn't she?
知らないと。
Damn.
しょうがない。折りたたみで行こった。じゃあね。
Maya leaves the living room again with her short skirt fluttering. Perhaps I'll take a stroll too for a change of pace. I'm sure I'll come up with a better idea more so than when I'm confined in the house. I head to the front door as I decide that. Hold an umbrella and go outside. The sky looks considerably brighter than it did this morning. My vision widens all at once when I climb up the riverbed embankment. Take a deep breath, and then absentmindedly think of Feena. I don't want to hurt Feena. That isn't for her sake, but completely my own. I'm afraid of having a hard time of watching her when she's hurt. That's how much I know so far. In that case, I should just gather my courage and walk together with her. Problem will be solved with that. Should be all there is to it, but I've yet to take a step forward. The same thing that happened to Sophelia happens to Feena. Will able to accept what I chose without regret. I don't have that confidence right now. Probably regret and think I should have stopped her at that time after all. Can't support her I can't support her then if that happens. I have to steal my resolve somehow.
すみません。
Ah! Sorry, hi Frisia. Estelle, I mean. Voice suddenly calls out to me. Yes? There's a single lady standing there when I take a look. That person is, she's Estelle, if I remember. We met at the residential area last time, didn't we?
覚えていていただけましたか？
Yes, of course, you're racist, aren't you? Frankly, this woman is quite beautiful. I wouldn't forget her about her so easily.
このようなところでまたお会いできるなんて思っておりませんでした。
Such a place. This place that I didn't expect.
よく居住区の外には出られるのですか？
I get it. This person thinks I'm a Lunarian. We did meet in the residential area last time, so that's reasonable. I live around here.
え？
S's eyes open in surprise. Did you think I was a Lunarian?
地球人。
I see Estelle take a step back. What's the matter?
いえ、何でもありません。失礼しました。
Having said that, Estelle turns back. Wait a second, please.
何です？
She stares at me with cold eyes. Her atmosphere is completely different from how she was until now. Did I do something to offend you?
まずいことなどしていません。私は付き人で、あなたは地球人。よって、あなたとこれ以上話をする気はありません。
Do you hate Earthlings?
それに何か問題でも？
Her face seems to ask me why I'm asking her something that's so natural. Why do you hate Earthlings?
地球人だからです。それでは失礼します。もうお会いすることもないでしょう。
This time she leaves me without time to question her. What was that? That was a terrible conversation. Taken aback, she is beyond being ticked off. She hated Earthlings because she was a Lunarian. She talked as if all Lunarians hated Earthlings. The Lunarians I know aren't that kind of people. Suddenly thought that only the acquaintances I know are special floats through my head. It would be sad if most of the Lunarians hated Earthlings. I believed that person just now was a special case. Unpleasant thoughts soon come to mind. Except for Feena who's living in my house, people don't get the chance to come in contact with a Lunarian if they lived a normal lifestyle. Should be a number of Lunarians, as it is in the residential district. It's better that they don't have a point of contact with each other because they don't have connections. If you think about it in that way, that person wasn't special. Look at this little retreating figure, which already became a speck. She's not heading towards the residential area, but the middle of town. Where's she going? There's probably a big reason for it, since she went out of her way to leave the residential district. Try thinking about it a little, but I still don't get it. Well, she did treat me coldly. It's not something I have to worry about. Clouds flow by when I look up, and the blue sky peeks out. The wind left behind by the rain rushes through the embankment. Take a deep breath while my cheeks take in the wind. The scent of grass comes up with the wet plants spread through my entire body. Brings back my spirits. Right. Set myself up and head to work. Hey yo!
あ、達也。フィーナと喧嘩したんだって？
Seems I can't get away from this topic even at work! Is that the first thing you have to say?
ごめんごめん。仲直りはできそうなの？
Who knows?
ちょっと、せっかく付き合ったんでしょ？
Natsuki gives me a stare. I do want to make up for them.
おい夏希、喧嘩したくてする人はいないぞ。
お父さん。
Pops shows up from the kitchen. It's rare for him to butt into our conversations.
ややこしい話になってるんだってな。
Where'd you hear this from?
情報のデモとは言えない。これからネタをもらえなくなっちまうからな。
I get the feeling that Mai is the culprit here.
まあ、詳しいことはわからないから大したことは言えないが、頑張って相手を信じてやらなきゃいかんよ。
Keep at it.
人間、裏切られる人よりも信じるのを諦める人の方が多いってことさ。信じるのはとても根性がいるし疲れる。リスクも高い。だからある程度大人になると中途半端にしか人を信じなくなる。
Maybe so.
だが恋人相手にそれはダメだ。どんなに相手を疑いたくなっても歯を食いしばって相手を信じなきゃダメだ。逆に言えばそれができたやつだけが相手に選ばれるんだ。
お父さんもそうなの？
Husky asks with a wry smile.
当たり前さ。俺は春日を信じてるぞ。ミラノで何やってるか知らないけどな。
Does that mean you don't believe in her?
いいんだよ。俺を裏切っていないことだけは信じてるから。
おお。
Natsuki claps her
素
hands.
晴らしい。
兄さんは出てこない方がいいよ。真面目な話してるから。
We're having a serious conversation here. Joke characters, please stay back.
失礼な妹だね。夏希と違って体験に基づいた話をしてあげようというのに。
Natsuki blushes.
一度好きになったら細かいことは考えないに限るね。
Jin says this to me. Wow.
せっかくお父さんがいい話してくれたのに。
そう捨てたものでもないさ。追いかける方はそのくらいじゃないとすぐ息切れしてしまうよ。どうせ好きになった方が不利なのだから。
Feel like I understand, but don't.
シャキッとしたまえよ。男だろう。大騒ぎして付き合ったのだから、今さら多少のトラブルを起こしたところで誰も愛想は尽かさないさ。この際だから行けるところまで行くといい。
なかなか言うじゃないか。
親父に負けてはいられないからね。
まあもしもの時には家に帰ってくりゃいいんだし、当たって砕けろ。
Pops grins.
どちらかというとフィーナちゃんの方が心配だね。一人で悩んでいるんじゃないか。
Jessica says, I have people supporting me like this, but what about Feena? She's been confined to her room the entire time today. She does have a one-track mind. She has no one direction if she mopes around. It's scary to worry alone. I realized that during the day. I happen to snare deeper and deeper without even realizing it. Not sure how negative I would have been if it wasn't for Mai.
まあ今は仕事だな。
何もこんな時に仕事に精を出さなくても。私一人でも大丈夫だからさ。
Natsuki's taking me into consideration. Thank you. But I'll work. You know, I won't try my hardest when the time calls for it if I rely on you now.
達也。
ピロリロリーン。
What was that noise?
夏希の気持ちを音にしてみたが、 間違っていたかい？
Jen asks Natsuki with a smile. Natsuki turns boiling red in an instant.
知らないわよ。
Oh, my head hurts. Ah. Whoops.
達也、仕事するなら着替えないと。
Right.
今日もしっかり頼むぞ。
Pops gives my shoulders a clap. Leave it to me. Give Pops, answer Pops with a loud voice to match his. Feels like the hesitation inside of me has been cleared away as I head towards the backyard. I believe in Feena and Sephilia and continue with the investigation of the ruins. It's glad for Feena, but I don't have a strong belief in Sephilia, whom I'm not acquainted with. However, I want to get closer to the person I do believe in. And I have to believe in is right next to me. Who else believes in... Who else beside me will believe in Feena until the very end? I'm resting after dinner. Feena returned to her room after without talking much. Her face seemed to be somewhat worn out. My chest hurts when I think of how I might be the one who wore Feena out.
私も寝るね。
May also looks a little worn out. She might be mentally fatigued. Good night.
はい、おやすみなさい。おやすみなさい。リースちゃんはおやすみ。ありがとう。じゃあ、また明日。
Mai leaves the living room. Also making my mind to return to my room. Having decided that, I get up from the sofa. Mia calls out to me timidly. What's up?
実は、姫様のことで。
Mia glances towards the hallway in a reserved manner. Is it difficult to bring up the details of the conversation here?
リースちゃん、もう寝ましょうか。
Wreath nods lightly after looking at me and Mia.
それじゃあ、もう休みますね。
Night.
すいません。いいのよ。リースちゃん、行きましょう。うん。
Two of them leave the living room. Appears that they're sleeping together tonight. Let's sit down.
はい。
Mia sits down on the sofa.
すいません。お疲れのところを引き止めてしまって。
Don't worry about it. Well,
はい。
Mia's expression stiffens.
今日お話しされていた姫様がやりたいことというのは、セフィリア様に関わることですか？
Mia speaks with hesitation, like she was touching on something forbidden. Yes, so. His expression seems to say as I thought as I say that. How'd you figure that out?
姫様はセフィリア様のこととなりますと、その...
The color of her eyes changes.
はい。私がこのようなことを言うのは恐れ多いことですが。
Mia looks down. That's okay, I'll keep this a secret from Feena.
はい。お願いします。
So?
姫様のセフィリア様へのお気持ちは並々のものではありません。
Yeah, she does respect her greatly. Mia nods in silence.
ですが、理由はそれだけではないのです。これは私の母クララから聞いたことなのですが、セフィリア様は政務にご多忙のあまり姫様に親として接することができなかったようなのです。そのことはセフィリア様も深く悔いていらっしゃったようです。
What Mia says is unexpected. The image of Ophelia in my mind is one of a flawless politician. That's the only side of her that was reflected. Figure of her very occupied with work, unable to spend her time as a parent. It's quite human-like.
セフィリア様はご自分の母親としての役割を私の母に託されました。
Your mother, meaning Fena's wet nurse.
はい。姫様は多くのお時間を私の母と共に過ごしたと聞いております。ですが、セフィリア様とは同じお城の中で生活していながらほとんどお会いすることができなかったのです。
Gotta think of it, I haven't heard any stories of Fena's life with Ophelia.
姫様はご自分に仕事ができないばかりにセフィリア様に無視されているとお考えになったようです。
It's like you said, Fena's heart when she was young was full of questions of why her own mother wouldn't look after her. It just hurts.
ですから姫様は幼い頃より学問に励まれました。
Mia
セフィリア様のような優れた女王になれば、いつか振り向いてもらえると、そうお考えになったのでしょう。
Mia speaks the bits and pieces of her story, her expression is filled with a deep sadness. Even if Mia works very hard, she's unable to bury the cracks of Fina's heart at the source. I think it's a very sorrowful, painful sorrow for someone like Mia who's been serving at Fina's side forever.
姫様にとってセフィリア様は目標であり、ただ一つの正義でした。
Is that so? That's all I can say. If you had a name to become like Sphelia, only on the administrative side. The figure of Feena who decided to be strict on herself and did her best was the same figure of her as a baby crying to obtain the love of her mother. Feena just hurts to the point of being crushed. Me only sung praises about her as she kept up with her endeavors. What did I understand about her? If she's sympathetic and apologetic to Feena, I start to tear up.
それでも地球に来てから姫様はお変わりになりました。達也さんにお会いしたことで少しずつお心が癒されているのだと思います。今の達也さんの涙もきっと姫様の心に届くでしょう。
Yeah, those words from me encourage me. Her existence seems to be unbelievably huge.
私から一つわがままを言ってもよろしいでしょうか。
Sure, ask me anything.
姫様とずっと一緒にいてください。私に癒すことができない姫様のお心を救って差し上げてください。
Mia stares into my eyes. Alright, I promise.
ありがとうございます。ぜひ、フィーナ様のたった一人の人になってください。
No more words come out. My tear ducts loosen up instead. He looks at me gently.
私はフィーナ様のところへ参ります。
What do you plan on doing?
フィーナ様は達也さんのご意見に聞く耳をお持ちにならなかったのではないですか？
Yes, so.
人の声を聞くことは君主にとってまず第一に必要なものだと思います。そして君主が道を誤りかけたとき、それを正すのは臣下の役目です。
Mia,
つまらない話を聞いていただいてありがとうございます。
thank you, Mia.
明日は美味しく食事を食べてくださいね。
Yeah, it's a promise. Hold out my hand towards Mia. He takes my hand after blushing a little. Small, thin hand felt trustworthy.
では、私は姫様の部屋に向かいますので。
I'll be waiting here then.
いえ、お休みになってください。声が聞こえてしまうと恥ずかしいですから。
And he said that Mia smiles. I'm sure she's thinking that she'll have to raise her voice on this matter. Alright, let's call the night together then.
はい、そうしてください。
Good luck.
はい、
I'll do the things only I can do.
お願いします。
Night.
おやすみなさいませ。
Mia says that with a steady look. I have no more business here tonight. Mia will take the leading part from here. Climb up the stairway at my usual speed. Stand in front of my room. As he ascends the stairs out of the corner of his eyes, he just sees Mia approach Fina's room. I saw nothing. I stand in front of my room. Examine the presents downstairs for a moment. There's no sign of Mia entering Fina's room. She probably won't take action until after confirming that I've returned to my room. Can't worry here if I believe in Mia. I head into my room as I think that. Feels like it's been a long day. However, I'm not one bit sleepy. Looking at my heart while staring at the gloomy ceiling. I've come up with a proper answer inside of me. I could need to walk alongside Feena. I live in order to become the one and only partner for her. I'm sure that many hardships will befall Feena once we continue to investigate the ruins. But still, that's exactly why I'm accept Feena's hardships together beside her. I want to ease her anguish, even if only a little. It's hard for me to look at Feena's pained expression. I froze from fear when I had imagined what awaited us at the end of the investigation of the ruins. I lost to that fear, and I forgot about believing in Feena. However, I won't run anymore. No matter what kind of horrors or difficulties lie in wait, I'll keep holding on to Feena's hand. Part of me might have thought that the end of the sword arts exam was the goal. However, that was the start of our new relationship. I'll be coming to countless amounts of crossroads from now on as long as I continue to be together with Feena. I'll ask myself if I'm qualified as a partner each and every time. It's still the first crossroad. Can't lose here. My whole body is full of confidence. I can make my determination to Feena first thing tomorrow. Can't waste my time as long as Cotton and the church are here. Have to quickly make up with her and continue our investigation. Hosubisaka, another view.
達也くん、部屋に戻ったみたいね。
Bitch, please. God damn it. There was still some in there. Even though I poured everything out already multiple times. Suddenly a bunch comes flooding out. That's not nice. Try calling out to Wreath sleeping on the bed. Is she awake? There's a response. As I thought she was worried about Tatsuya and the others and couldn't fall asleep.
二人、仲直りできると思う？興味ない。なら、どうして起きているの？知らない。きっと仲直りできるわね。どうして？この程度でくじけるほど、あの二人はやわじゃないと思うの。そう。リースちゃんは仲直りしないと思うの？生まれ育った星が違う。価値観の違いは決定的。そうかしら。価値観の違いは喧嘩をしながら埋めていくものよ。埋まらないものもある。埋められるものもある。仲直りできるかどうか、何かかけてみる？いや、自信がないの？違う。じゃあ私からね。仲直りしなかったら、リースちゃんの好きなもの、何でも作ってあげる。リースちゃんは何をかける？何もしない。決められないみたいだから、私が決めるわね。知らない。じゃあ、二人が仲直りしたら、リースちゃんはうちに住んで。向こう。負けると思っているの？知らない。向こう。おやすみなさい。明日が楽しみね。向こう。
In effect, immediately jump into Mia's another view. No, just date change. Huh. Too bad. I was hoping to see a scene where Mia just cusses the ever-loving hell out of Feena. Morning. Give everyone my morning greeting in a cheerful mood.
おはようございます。おはよう、お兄ちゃん。達也くん、おはよう。おはよう。
Everyone's face is relieved of tension as they look at me. Where's Feena?
ちょっと出てくるとおっしゃって、15分ほど前に出て行かれました。もうすぐお帰りになるかと思います。
Mia has a cheerful expression on her face. It appears a conversation went well last night. I see. Have breakfast then. Rice for today.
はい、かしこまりました。
Mia nods with a smile. Nesan looks at Wreath and giggles.
まだ結果出てない。
Wreath says that in a disgruntled manner. What?
いいえ、なんでもないわ。なんでもない。
Weirdo. Breakfast is brought to me after a short while. On the menu is rice and grilled fish, fried eggs with ham, and eggplant miso soup. It's more extravagant than usual.
召し上がってくださ
I won't hold back. I reply with a smile and bring the rice to my mouth. Couldn't taste anything yesterday at breakfast, but the flavor today is exceptional. Goes swiftly into my stomach. All the food bowls are empty. ごちそうさま。
い。お粗末様でした。
Mia takes the bowls away with a broad
お
smile.
兄ちゃんすごい食欲だね。
Because it was especially delicious today.
それは何より。
Mia brings me some coffee. Stare outside the house while bringing the cup to my mouth. I anxiously await Feena's return. What should I say to her first? What kind of expression will Feena have when she reacts to what I'll say? My mind is filled with exciting predictions.
それじゃあ、私は仕事に行くわね。
Have a safe trip.
フィーナ様が帰ってきたら、頑張ってね。
I know.
それじゃ。
30 minutes pass by. She's late. Where'd Feena go? Those around me frown in response. Another 15 minutes pass by. I'm gonna try calling her. Unable to sit still any longer, I take out my cell phone. Hit the number which had been registered in my speed dial list. Can only hear the automated voice message from the phone, which means that she has it turned off.
つながりませんでしたか。
Nope. I'll go take a look around.
フィーナさんが帰ってきたら連絡するから。
Thanks. I go around searching the shopping district at the riverbank, but I don't find Feeda's figure anywhere. I don't think she'd go this far. She was just taking a walk. Take out my cell phone. I haven't received any calls or messages. About 30 minutes have passed already since I left the house. I mean, not quite. At the start, they said she left like 15 minutes ago. Then was like half an hour later. Then another 15 minutes. Now another half hour. We're at 1.5. Unless you ate breakfast for 30 minutes. That's a long time to go out on a walk. This just means she left to take care of something. Something happened in the middle of her walk. I'm anxious to try calling Feena again. Doesn't connect. Where'd she go? I'm home. Me and Mai show up right after they hear me.
見つからなかったの？
Nope, I only went as far as the riverbank though.
一体どうされたのでしょう。
Mia casts her eyes down. I'm going to look around her room for a little bit.
私も行きます。
Mia follows behind me with concern. First thing I notice is an atlas laid out on the table. It's the same one Feena stuck notes on together with me. Good pay. Did Feena go to the ruins by herself? Mia, Feena has a memento from Cecilia, right? Where does she keep that?
はい。こちらのキャビネットの。
Feena pulls out the shelf with the white cabinet. Out of the white cabinet. He pulls out the shelf of the white cabinet with a puzzled look.
あれ？達也さん、いつもの場所にありません。
As I thought. And as I thought, I'ma be right back. Toilet. I'm back. All the tea and cough drops aren't doing my stomach good. I think I already read the as I thought. Oh well. It's highly possible that she went to the ruins. She brought along the gem of her memento. This brings me to the following problem. What ruins did she go to? Recall the atlas. There are 3 ruins with notes attached to them. I've already investigated 2 of them. The remaining one is And with the X mark thrown through it, it's thrown where the construction stopped halfway. Made her mark it as dangerous because I feared that it would collapse. Sweat runs down my back. I'm heading out for a bit.
達也さん、どちらへ？
I have an idea. I'll contact you if anything happens. I'll leave Mia bewildered and fly to the front door. Why did Feena go by herself? Was Mia's persuasion unsuccessful? I didn't get the impression that she had failed from how she looked, though. I don't know what Feena is thinking. I have to see and confirm it with her. So one would expect a long-distance run in the middle of summer is harsh. Sweat trickles down my chin when I place both hands on my knee. I feel moisture leaving throughout my body. However, I can't afford to rest. Something might be happening to Feena as we speak. The mountain valley has a ruin that seems to be jutting out of the river. I'm sure it was originally constructed away from the river. However, there was a time when the flow of the river changed, and as a result the ruin became immersed in water. Half of the building is sunk into the dirt and sand. Only the underlying pillars are hanging in midair. There's no telling when the floor might collapse if you were to climb above it. Afraid of the danger, I feel the shape had stabilized and combined with nature. The remaining parts on land are covered in ivy and moss. It's like a drawing that brilliantly contrasts the dark blue into whiteness. Wild birds are perched on top of the rubble that fell into the river, and their clear cries can be heard ringing through the ravine. I see somebody moving in the ruins. It's the elegant figure of someone dressed in a mint green white outfit. There's no doubt that it's Feena. I felt relief to start with once I see her figure. Slowly drawn near the ruins. Oh, hey there! The fuck you doing up there? Get down from there! Feena is standing on a spot that's projected on top of the river. The wall and ceilings are already gone, leaving only a smooth stone pavement. Floors fallen in random spots. You see a river current 2 meters below. Feena is looking into the distance with her back turned toward me. Has she noticed me? Take a deep breath. It's dangerous over there! Must have my courage and call out to her from behind. Feena slowly turns around without seeming to be surprised.
私を説得しに来たのかしら？
Words are defined, but she doesn't look me in the eyes. Her mood of rejection is gone. An atmosphere similar to that of hesitation envelops her instead. Something had changed inside of Feena. I've come to investigate the ruins. Feena shifts her gaze a little toward my eyes, but she soon looks away.
一緒に調査をすれば、達也の身にも害が及ぶわ。好きから汚名を着せられる可能性もあるわよ。
Feena says that like she was trying to thrust me away. I don't care. It's tougher for me if I'm not by your side. Feena's eyes are swimming. She shrinks down slightly, like she was trying to repress her emotions from overflowing from inside.
調査の行き着く先が兵器だったらどうするの？
You think we'll find weapons? Return her question by clashing it with another question. Feena stares at me.
思っていないわ。
Having said that, she averts her gaze again. I'll believe in your words, Feena. But how difficult it may be from now on, say that firmly.
仕方のないことを言って。
Feena's well-formed eyebrow distorts. Haven't I caused you grief? Feena shakes her head in silence. It's all right now. I'll always be by your side. Take a step closer to Feena. Feena retreats backward. Our distance doesn't shorten at all. Feena, I'm begging you. Take another step forward while saying that. Feena grinds her teeth.
謝らなくてはならないのは私だわ。
Her expression is filled with distress.
達也の気持ちも考えないで、まるで信じてもらえるのが当たり前みたいに。勝手に裏切られた気になって閉じこもって。まるで子供のよ
Feena says that like she was spitting out the things that she had been storing inside her chest. I don't think that Feena was blaming herself, but things would go well as long as I had made up my mind. Feena's worrying on her own way. In her own way. It's natural if I think about it. Inside my head was filled with things about myself. Feena had come to the ruins by herself because she had a guilty conscience. The things which she was staring at in the distance might have been to sort out her emotions. Glad I ran into her before she made the decision to walk alone.
私は達也に信じてもらえるほど立派な人間ではないわ。
Well, too bad! You have to deal with it anyways! Feena casts her eyes downward. There's no problem in whether or not you're commendable. I believe you because it's you.
でも
I'm not any good without you. You're not satisfied with me.
そんなこと
Feena raised her face.
あるわけないわ。
Her face looks like she was both crying and smiling. The bird that was perched on top of the rubble flies away with a cheerful chirp. Let's move forward together, Feena. No matter what it is, I'll always be by your side. Hold my right hand out to Feena. Feena looks at my hand and smiles slightly.
これからもよろしく、達也。
Feena finally takes a step toward me. Yeah, I was waiting for that to happen. I 100% honest to God expected it to break and then being a CG with him like having caught her or some bullshit, but no, she's just gone. Feena disappeared from my vision in an instant. As an hole with a 2-meter diameter in the spot Feena was. Feena! 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 I show her beside the hole. Feena. As soon as I spot Feena's head under the hole, she looks up at me with a surprised expression. Are you hurt? Lean over and peek into the hole.
大丈夫よ。瓦礫の下にならなくてよかった。
She smiles. That surprised me.
驚いたのは私の方だわ。急に床が抜けたのだから。
That's why I told you that this ruin is dangerous.
笑い事ではありません。
Feena puffs out her cheeks.
そういえば達也。
Mischievous light dwells in Feena's
ず
eyes.
っと私のそばにいてくれると言ったわね。
Get the fuck down here then.
一人だけでは寂しいわ。
Feena spreads her arms out like she was going to catch me. It appears that she's telling me to fall down too. Right? Slowly stand up.
いつでもどうぞ。
Feena smiles cheerfully. Here I go! Jump down into the hole. Splash. It wasn't a big impact thanks to the water. Cold water felt pleasant on my legs, which were worn out from running around. Doing this once in a while is, Feena wraps her arms around my body before I could finish.
ありがとう、達也。
She buries her face in my chest. Even though we had quarreled for no more than a day, feels like it's been such a long time since I've touched Feena. I'm sorry for making you feel lonely. Place my hand on Feena's head and pet her gently.
いいの。私の方こそごめんなさい。
My chest feels her lips moving. I occupy my fingers with Feena's silver hair, combing it several times.
くすぐったいわ。
Glad I can do this again.
私も。
She pushes her forehead against my chest even more forcefully. Sweet fragrance rises, tickling my nose. It's like the negative things are slipping away from my body with just that. Our bodies separate a short while
こ
later.
れ以上はまた後に取っておきましょう。
That's best, sir. We are at the ruins and all.
どうしたの？
Peter's bag is shining blue. Feels like the light seems to be stronger than ever.
ここでも光るのね。
Feena takes out the gem. Just as she does, the ceiling is dyed slightly blue. Light pouring down from the random holes turns into several beams of light illuminating the water surface. Sunlight reflects back to the ceiling again, fluctuating like an aurora.
綺麗。
Fucking dumbasses. Feena lets out a voice of immense joy. It's a reward for us making up.
まあ、ロマンチックなことを言うわね。
Feena grips my hand. Let me squeeze her soft hand in return.
こうして仲直りできたのも、ミヤのおかげね。
Yeah.
昨夜、遅い時間にミヤが部屋に来たのよ。たくさん怒られたの。途中からは怒っているミヤが泣いてしまって、なだめるのに大変だったわ。
Feena smiles bitterly. See.
怒ってくれる人がいるということは、とても素晴らしいことね。私を怒ってくれる人なんて、カレン、ミヤ、クララ。そのくらいだから。
Oops. My name wasn't there. Kinda feels like I've lost. I get angry too when the time calls for it.
どうかしら。達也は優しいもの。
I do get angry.
では、怒ってみせて。
Well,
どうしたの？
I have no choice but to carry out her absurd request. Take a long, hard look at Feena. Hey now, Feena! Feena stares at me in wonder. That didn't work. Even I could tell.
ミヤの10分の1も怖くないわ。
She stifles a laugh. I fervently grab Feena's head. Pull it towards me forcefully and say this close to her ears. I'll be seriously angry the next time you go to a ruin by yourself. Push Feena's forehead against my chest.
ごめんなさい。
Her voice sounds meek, good, apart from Feena's head. Feena's staring at me. There was a look of anger. A piercing glint in her eyes shoots through me as she raises her eyebrow in a stiff manner. Beautiful face that was illuminated with blue and white light is quite impactful. Feena wraps her left hand around my neck. Pulls me in forcefully. Oh! Feel a hot breath close to my ears.
次、迷うようなことがあったら、許さないわ。
And then, warm lips cover my own. I'm gonna stop here for the day. Everything's done, by God. Hope you guys enjoyed. So I want to see you next time. Bye-bye.